Spring is right around the corner, and just in time, Spellbinders has two new collections that feature flowers that are perfect for upcoming spring: the Kaleidoscope Garden and the Fresh Picked collection. I have a few items from both, so I thought I'd combine them in this video so we could do an entire floral video. First up, from the Fresh Picked collection, we have the column embossing folder. I really like this pattern. It's linear, it's subtle, and it's a great backdrop. So I embossed an A2 piece of white cardstock with that embossing folder. Then we have the Fresh Picked berries. There are several die sets in the Fresh Picked collection. I'm working with the berries today. All 4 leaf die cuts from this die set can fit on an A2 card. You just need to put them in the different corners so that they sort of fit together like puzzle pieces. I'm using liquid glue on the back because some of the leaves are very tiny. Also, because of that embossed background, the leaves aren't going to touch paper all over the place. Some is going to be raised and some is lower, so definitely want a good strong liquid glue to hold those die cuts in place. Once you have all the leaves set down on your background, you can start making your berry flowers. So I have 2 different colors of pink cardstock for the layered berry flowers, and then I have a yellow cut for the center of the flowers, and they line up very easily. There are different shapes and sizes as well, and you can see that there are large blobs of green attached to those leaf die cuts. That's where you'll put these on top of. So now I'll just use an embellishment tool and a little dot of liquid glue to add those centers to these flowers. I love this yellow color. It is a Spellbinders cardstock called Sunkissed, and it really coordinates well with the 2 different pinks. Now I'll place enough liquid glue to hold all of those pieces in place on top of those, like I mentioned, blobs. So you'll definitely want to have the end of the stem not covered up. You don't want to go straight to the stem. You want kind of that wider base to the flower. And then I'm using from the November 2023 Glimmer Kit of the Month. I had cut out a bunch of sentiments, glimmered them, and die cut them out. And I had a bunch in my die pocket. So I used Just Saying Hello and then some Spellbinders fashion embellishments just to add a little bit of gold to that card. For a totally different look, you can cut the leaves out of gold mirror cardstock. I'm going to apply them the same way I did. You can see I embossed the background. That background color is Cosmic Sky. It's another one of my favorites. And again, liquid glue to apply those gold mirror. And if they're popping up, just hold them in place with a big acrylic block. I have some of those berries, again, this time 2 different colors of blue. And then I used gold mirror for the centers of those, and you can see how easy it is to add them to those blobs on the end of the leaf stems. For this one, I chose the Happy Birthday Glimmer flag, and then I did add some more of those fashion embellishments. I find those gold 3D embellishments are a really nice touch around flowers and other things on cards. Next, we have the Spellbinders exclusive Colorful Burst flower. Both of these sets are very modern designs, and I really love that look. It's so fun to play with color when you're using a modern design of a flower and you don't have to make it look realistic. So for this one, the Spellbinders exclusive element means that you can only get this die set at Spellbinders. I have the link down below, both to the US store and the UK store, in case you want to check it out. So you have this fun stem, and then I just looked at the samples online because I wasn't sure how all the leaves were going to fit together, and I really liked the way that they did it. So I'm just using my color combination. I have gold mirror for this last little petal. You have to cut that one out twice. They only give you the arc. So you cut it out twice, and then you place the top of the flower on one and the bottom of the flower on another. Now here's where I had to look at the designs online because I wasn't sure how to fit these leaves really nicely on this A2 card. There is a flower center and it's a layered piece, but I cut both layers out of gold mirror cardstock because I wanted it to sort of go with those background petals. I'll pop that up on some Spellbinders foam squares, and you can see that I used some liquid glue for the leaves as well. They fit perfectly just like this. And then I have a congratulations flag from that Glimmer kit of the month. And I love the gold on the cosmic sky background. Here's a better press plate from the Kaleidoscope Garden, which is that Spellbinders exclusive collection. So you can see it's an A2 press plate. It creates a background. You don't need much more than that. You could definitely press it in black and color it in, but what I decided to do was press it in a rainbow of colors. So I have my cotton cardstock down on the A2 section, and I've taped it down with some Spellbinders tape. And then I have an assortment of Better Press inks. So I started with hydrangea, and then we're moving along an orange, yellow, green, and blue. So I've linked all of the collections that I used, one of each from in this rainbow, but I really love the bright colors, so that's why I wanted to use different collections. Then I'll just pop that magnetic clear plate on top and run it through my die cut machine. I like to run it twice so it's a real deep impression, and check that out. I'll trim it down to about 4 by 5.25 so I can mat it on some gold cardstock. So I'll just trim each side a little bit at a time. Then I'm going to place some tape runner on this background. Now you can see I've cut a whole bunch of things out of the center, but fortunately there is a perfect amount of gold mirror cardstock around all the edges. So anybody who thinks I don't save cardstock like that, I absolutely do. That gold mirror cardstock is like gold. So I added thanks so much from the Glimmer flag sentiments, and that's all you need for that card. I found these florals to be fun and easy to work with, but I'd love to hear if anything caught your eye today. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.